Hello, everyone. It is Tuesday. Tuesday, I tell you. Yes, it is, people. It is Tuesday. I double-checked before coming on tonight. It is Tuesday night. How are you this evening? What are you grateful for this Tuesday night? That's what I want to know about. That is what I want to know about. Hey, Kitty, how are you tonight? How are things in Illinois? It is a great day to have a great day. I hope all is well with you. Hey, Adele and Dazzle are here. Great to have you with us. Dazzle, it is treat time. It is treat time. It is great to have you all here tonight at more-ish than 8. More-ish than 8 tonight. Yeah, we had a good amount of incoming, but even we had a great amount of outgoing today. We had a great amount of outgoing, but that incoming becomes future outgoing, so that is great, Kitty. I am thrilled to hear that you had a good amount of lots of incoming today. You know, we had we had a decent amount. They're in our home store. They're in auxiliary totes, is what they call it. You know, they're using totes that are really for other things for incoming because they've had so much incoming. But that's fine. It's great to see the activity and see the energy. That's what I like with it. That is what I like. As we finish the first half of June. The first half of June is in the books tonight, people. That is what we are talking about. Hey, Jennifer, how are you? I think I have a text from you that I'm supposed to respond to. It is on my desk. And that's what that is my response, Jennifer. It is on my desk to look at. Actually, I think I printed it from my peanut gallery to look at, too. So we will get back to you tomorrow. You are on my list for tomorrow. So we can close the loop on that. There, that's my memory. That's about as much memory as I've got today, people. That's about as much as I've got. But we'll work from there. We'll go there and we'll work from there. Let's get started with the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book is how we start this program every night. Tonight, we're on page 190, if you're following along in the book. 190. Good morning. Look at you. Yeah, you. Damn, you all right. They ain't ready for you. That is your good morning today, people. Well, it is great to have you all with us tonight. It is great to have you all here on this Tuesday night. Got a couple things for you before we get back on where we were last night. And I'll remind you where we were. And I'm able to remind you because my peanut gallery wrote me a note so I didn't forget where I was tonight. Hey, Kelly, happy Tuesday. Great to have you with us. Great to have you here tonight. Hope all is well in Albuquerque. Our quote from Simon tonight is, true courage is having the strength to admit our weaknesses. True courage is having the strength to admit our weaknesses. Just a very brief note on May retail sales. So just a quick note because it's in the news headlines. Despite month-to-month fluctuations that mask near record performance, retail sales, which excludes automobile dealers, gasoline stations, and restaurants to focus on core retail, showed May was down 1.2% seasonally adjusted from April. Okay, from April is the number that is used in the headline number. But it was up 17.3% year over year. Unadjusted core retail sales from May totaled nearly $389 billion, the second highest level of spending on record, outpaced only by last December. May was down 1.3% seasonally adjusted from April, but up 28.1% year over year. So there's a lot of mix in that numbers. Overall, people are spending money. That's the short version. Skip to the short version. People are spending money, and that's good for the future. That's good for things. We are broadcasting tonight on both Facebook and YouTube. Facebook and YouTube. So if you have any problems on Facebook, you can hop right on over to YouTube. The link, Cassandra's got the link in the comments there for you. So you can just slide up the comments if you're having any problems with Facebook tonight. I know a lot. I got to share this, okay? I'm going to whine for a second, okay? I'm going to whine about people, and then I'm going to tell you a good story. So I'm going to tell you a whiny story and then a good story. And we all have, and I tell these stories because we all have these people. We all have these people. I know a lot of you are on our email list, okay, for our stores. And we sent out an email today that was summary, okay? It had a lot of clothing in it. It had rainbows. It was summary, okay? It was it was summer clothing email. And I'm sure many of you saw it, because I know a lot of you are on our mailing list. And thank you for doing that. Thank you for being on our mailing list. I didn't think it was that we were trying to make a political statement, but because we weren't, okay? We were highlighting summery things, rainbowy things, which does have a pride theme to it, which June is Pride Month. So, that's a common thing that all businesses are doing in some ways. But that yielded this email to us. I do not appreciate this email. I was literally just reading an email thread on a very active listserv to which I belong, comprising hundreds of local members, all the target market for you, in which aggressive marketing of Pride Month was being lamented. Someone had just asked, is Cutie Patooties doing this annoying Pride Month thing? And I was ready to respond by saying no. As far as I can see, Cutie Patooties is pleasantly neutral. And then I saw this in my inbox. I'm not pleased. There are many of us who do not appreciate the co-opting of the rainbow image, an ancient symbol of hope to represent the attack on the natural meaning of family and husband and wife, and male and female. If you look around objectively at how this theme is being used, you will surely note that it is not wholesome. There are many of us who do not want to shop at stores that we believe are capitalizing on a very political and immoral message. There are many of us who would rather just look for clothes or groceries or whatever the item may be without feeling that we are being subjected to some kind of mind control. We're not part of the Rainbow Parade, and we will not be joining. Please don't go there. Just be a consignment store and let us patronize with our kids without worrying about ideological messaging. Thank you. Wow. I mean, it's an email, people. It's promoting good hope, that underlying hope that she mentions in the top of her message, okay, before going on to slap us, okay? That underlie, they need to get a life. I mean, think of how much time they spent writing that email to us, okay, and all the other businesses they complain to. They need to get a life, and that's ultimately what it is. I mean, you read that and you're just like, really? I'm like, and that leads me to my quote, to clean that up. Never stop being a good person because of bad people. Never stop being a good person because of bad people. I look at that and I shake my head. Is this 2021? I mean, where are we in the world? We were not out to take any political stance on anything except for, but ultimately I would argue that, a stance would be love your neighbor, whoever they are and whatever they believe. Be a good person. Be kind and considerate. Those types of values is what I would aspire to spread. That everyone is awesome. It was not a, our statement was not designed to get or be political. Our email, it was designed to inspire people to come buy summer clothes. But some people just can't, get beyond themselves. Everything has to be about that. But, that's where never stop being a good person because of bad people. Never stop that. Never, ever. Okay, let's get into the meat tonight. Let's pick up where we left off last night. So, just to recap briefly, last night we looked at merchandise. We were looking at pricing and what the right price of things is. We had this lovely men's Izod shirt, okay, in pale blue, and we had this Coach purse with the lovely wallet, okay, that comes with the purse. Okay, which some of you decided you'd sell separately. Some of you decided you'd sell it together. Some of you decided you'd sell it separately. Okay, on the shirt, you guys around the country, we had prices from $7.99 to $24.99 that it would be priced at in your store, okay, based on where you were in the country. Okay, we had prices of $7.99 to $24.99. For the lovely purse and wallet, we had prices from around the country. Again, these were your prices. What this lovely purse would sell for with wallet would sell for in your store. Okay, and let me tell you, Cassandra knows where she wants to consign this now. This lovely purse, okay, and wallet, we had prices from $55 for the set, plus to $89 plus another $30 for the wallet. $89 for the purse and $30 for the wallet, selling them separately. And that was the kind of range we had on this throughout the country. So that's sort of yes, not in Naples. I'm not consigning this in Naples. That is correct. Okay. I am not. She will not be consigning these in Naples. Actually, I think I'm going to get in trouble for not returning them to the closet, but that's neither here nor there. Hang on a second. Let me just make sure my power is really in and charging. I think I am here. I don't want to lose you here. I got power there and there. Okay. So that's where we left off last night. So where the question was, okay, the question that we ended the night with was then what do I price it for? Okay, I know in Naples, if I price this for more than $55, I'm going to be looking at this for a long, long time, and it's not going to sell. I might as well put it in the donate bin if I'm going to price it for more than $55. Okay. But I know in Naples, okay, again, I'm picking on Naples tonight. I'm going to give them a complex in Naples. Everybody in Naples, I'm going to give a complex. If I were, okay, so now you're gonna go up a little bit. But in Naples, then maybe I'll send it down. Maybe I'll send the wallet down, Jennifer. I'll send it down. I have my buddy, one of our bankers is going down to Naples, 4th of July weekend. So we're working with $55 to $90. So what do you price this at? Okay, because if we put a $90 price tag on this purse in Naples, it is not going to sell. Okay. But it will in Albuquerque at $90. So the thing comes down to speed. Okay, you have to price for your market. Okay, because things are going to sell locally most of the time. Even if you have a wide audience, okay, you have to price things for speed of sale. Okay, again, you only want to pay rent on something once, one time. Okay, that is your goal. Okay, your goal is ultimately to increase your sell-through of the percentage of items in your store that you are only paying rent on once. Okay, you didn't take this item to pay rent on it multiple times. And so your goal is to pay rent on it once. So your goal is to sell it quickly. Okay, turn and burn, turn and burn, turn and burn. That is the name of this game. That's also what generates your store traffic. Okay, is that you have new things. That's not to give it away, but Jennifer's not going to fly this purse out to New Mexico where it'll fetch 90. And she's not going to fly it out to other parts of the country where it would fetch more. Okay, so if you look at Naples as one end of the country where it'll sell for 55, and New Mexico almost at the other end of the country where it'll sell for 90 plus another 30 for the wallet. Okay. You know, and there were all sorts of prices in between there. So you have to sell it and price it for your local market with a little exception. And I'm going to come to that in a minute. Okay. Because part of this has to do with how often you're going to get this. Okay. In Naples, these are a dime a dozen. You know, you can find these like candy bars all day long. Okay, this is not a unicorn. You can get it all day long. There's a plentiful supply, and at $55, it keeps it moving. In Albuquerque, this may be a little more special. So pricing it at 90, it's not going to sit like it would in Naples at 90. Okay, but it may not fly right out the door. But there's also not another one coming to replace it. Okay, immediately. Because it is a more scarce item in Albuquerque. It is the concept there, which is what's driving up the price. But, and you say, but Neil, I sell online too. I have this beautiful website that I built during COVID, and so I sell all over the country. My items are everywhere, and they are. They are everywhere. But the reality is most of your inventory, the overwhelming majority of your inventory is selling to a customer in the store. Okay, the exception would be where it is such a unique item for your market that your market doesn't understand it. Okay, it is a better item for your market. And you could sell it, okay, for $55 all day in your store because they don't know what it is. Okay, but in LA, it's worth $200. You know, there has to be a factor of probably 3 or 4 and the same speed for it to be worth you listing it on multiple other platforms. Take your Poshes or your eBays and stuff that have a wider audience than your individual website. To take the time to do that with an item, it has to be at a high enough, you have to be able to achieve a sales rate, both in speed and dollars, that is faster and higher than your store. Otherwise, it's not worth the time of doing that. It's better to sell it in your store for $55 that you know somebody will walk in this afternoon and just give you $55 for it. But if it is going to fetch a higher value and a higher dollar figure by listing it on Posh, eBay, or one of the other marketplaces that has a broader audience than your website, okay, that's fine, but it has to be fetching enough, and it has to be doing it quickly. It has to be doing that quickly. You can't be doing that, you know, if it took 60 days to sell on Posh or eBay, it's not really doing you that much better versus what it would sell for in your store because of the extra labor and time involved in doing those listings and the work involved in it and the additional fees involved for being on those marketplaces. Fees equal rent, okay? And that can be fine. I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with paying rent to those services when it can justify it. Let me give you a very simple example. Let's take a Lenox vase. Okay, Lenox vase, a nice Lenox vase in Leominster, Massachusetts is worth, if everything is lined up correctly, the sun, the stars, the moon are all lined up, I might get $10 for it in Leominster, Mass. Might get $10 for it. But in LA, they understand the value of that Lenox vase, and I can get $100 for it. I'm not going to get those items all day long because my market is still Leominster, Mass. That's where I am getting my consignments from. That is where I'm doing primarily my selling. But somebody in LA, will pay $100 for that one vase, so it is worth my time to take the time and list it on a service such as eBay and pay the rent to eBay. Okay, because instead of $10, I'm going to get $100. And that covers my costs of doing that. Okay, it covers my rent on eBay. It covers my costs of labor in typing and doing the additional listings, and keeps all of that moving. So that is sort of where that is coming from. Does that make sense? But you also have to remember that you get inventory based on two factors. You get inventory into your resale store based on two factors. Okay? One of those factors is your community. Okay? Saying that you want Louis Vuitton in Leominster, Mass, okay, isn't going to do any good when everybody's carrying Vera Bradley. Okay? So saying that, me walking around saying that I want Louis Vuitton, we only accept Louis Vuitton purses, wouldn't do me much good because everybody's carrying around a Vera Bradley. Okay? But let's say I happen to just get an authentic Louis into my store. Somebody just moved here from out of town, and I'm the consignment shop in town, and they brought me Louis Vuitton. Okay, I might price that higher, okay, or price that and keep that in store because I want more of that. I want, when you aspire for better, okay, people bring you what you have, okay, and so people may not ever think of bringing you Louis Vuitton, but now all of a sudden you have it, so now they will bring it to you. People bring you what you have. So keep that in mind. You get what you have in inventory, and you get what's in your community. So those are your two limiting factors for inventory. In furniture, we might get like in Leominster, Massachusetts, I can still sell a floral sofa. I wish I couldn't, but I can. So when we get a nice leather nail head sofa or farmhouse, chic sofa with the nail heads and everything else, we might price it higher for our market. Even we might go higher, knowing that it may sit just a little bit longer on our shelf. And we do that intentionally because we want more of that in our store. Okay, so we're saying to the public, we're saying to people that we want more of that. And, so they say, oh, I never thought they would take something as nice as that. And you then get more of that. That then has them bring you more of that thing. And that is the way to use price in the other direction. Because, if somebody comes in and pays 20% too much for that sofa, that's okay. Okay, if they pay the stupid tax, that's fine. Okay, you're okay selling that to them. Okay, if they overpay for something, that's okay. If they don't, that's okay too. Even your auctioneers in Illinois can't sell floral sofas. Well, I admit, Kitty, I wish I couldn't. But I can. I really wish I couldn't. And we do our best to avoid taking a lot of them, but it is something that a good quality one we will take because we can sell it, because that is our market. That is Leominster, Massachusetts. Hey, Rose, it is great to have you here live tonight. Great to have you here. Hope all is well in your world. So that is the reason why you might price something higher. It's also the reason why you might list something on another marketplace. Okay. But overwhelmingly, the price you put on something, the price you put on this purse is going to be the price for your market. Okay. How you price this is what people are going to pay. Okay. So that you are not paying rent on this twice. Okay, in Naples, if we price this at $90, she's going to pay rent on it multiple months. Okay, versus at $55, it'll be out the door. In Albuquerque at $90, it'll be out the door. That's okay. It might. Okay, that is the underlying key, is that you do not want to pay rent on it twice. But you know, and so it's a balancing act. That is the value to your everyday community. That's how you know you got the right price. So there's your step there on that. We've got a lot more to cover on pricing this week. We're going to cover a lot of things. We're going to get into having other people price, inflation. We're going to talk about the customer experience. We're going to get even deeper on inventory, and we've got some other great topics all aligned here with inventory as we get you ready for an amazing fall. So that is what we're covering this week. Well, until I'm done, really, until we answer all your questions with it. But you know what else? You know, this video and everything I talk about goes over to narcs.org/resale strong by noon the next day. Noon, I tell you, all the videos, links, the references I make, the files, and the direct link to the YouTube channel. You're not alone running this store, where you can like, comment, subscribe, and yes, you can ring the bell so you know when a new one drops. You can also share it with all your friends in business, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, so we can help everybody make it to the other side. That's what we do here. We're helping everybody across the finish line. I am here every night, more 8-10-ish, live in the NARTS private Facebook group and streaming on YouTube. But if you have a question in between, you just email me, Neil, Neil at ECIstores.com, Neil at ECIstores.com. We start this program every night, with the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book is how we start the program every night. If you were not here at the top of the program, our Good Morning tonight on page 190 is Good Morning. Look at you. Damn, you're all right. They ain't ready for you. Our good night tonight is good night. Dad, check you out. Told you they weren't ready. Rest all that greatness. I am going to do all that. I am going to get some rest tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson. I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah even. We will party again, and we will party in person. And when we do, I'm going to be there with you. But until then, and until tomorrow night at more 8-10-ish, know that you, but most especially you, yes, you're not alone running this store. Have a great night, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow night. It's time for dessert.